Mike, you and I do a ton of coaching with individuals, and we also conduct the Power 7 workshops. And it's fascinating to me how much trouble people have getting to what it is they really want to do with their life, what their true passion is.
People have an idea that they're going to walk in a room and somebody's going to give them the formula for all you need to do is do these three things, and then you're going to get clear about what you want and succeed. I think what happens is quickly they realize that instead of looking out, they're going to have to look in. So we all have ideas about who we think we are and what our capacities are. And in order to change, that's the work we really have to begin with, is I have to decide whether I'm going to change my view of myself.
So people want the passion, but they don't, or the excitement of a new career, but they don't want to do the work that's necessary and take the steps and change to make it all come together.
Yep. Everybody wants a reward, but they want to minimize the risk. So how can I be worth millions of dollars, really be successful, have a great marriage, but I really don't want to change? Well, it probably isn't going to work. The main thing we're working on in Power 7 and coaching all the time is addressing people's fears and how that really impacts their results big time.
Well, the other thing we work on is people understanding their own greatness. I mean, it's amazing how people don't know their strengths.
We all have blind spots, and so we need someone else to point out what we can't see about ourselves. I mean, people are consistently giving me their view of who I am, which is much greater than my view of myself. It's like, holy cow, where did they come up with that? I don't think I'm good enough or smart enough to do that often. And so that challenges me to take a look and then reframe how I see myself.
As I'm walking them towards what they really want in life, it comes down to they're afraid of voicing out loud what their true goal is. Sometimes they'll test a shorter or smaller goal before they get to what they really want to do. And when somebody gets through steps, usually, to what it is they really want to do and the passion's exposed, that's when you really see a takeoff in everybody we're dealing with.
Growing up, we're taught to be modest. We're taught a lot of things. And so the idea of showing up bold is like, wow, what's going to happen? We're afraid we're going to get embarrassed because we don't do it. So we start to settle. And so many people are settling in their jobs, settling in their relationships, settling in the money they make, because they started with an idea that was dummied down instead of really doing a bold. When you said you're going to start a new magazine and you're going to do all this, everybody said you're crazy.
No, they were partially right.
Yes, yeah. But crazy happened, didn't it?
Yeah. Marching towards your passion and your goal makes a difference. It gets you eventually, if not right away, to what you really want in life.
Yep, because in the beginning, when you make a bold statement, typically that's about proving something. And the more you prove, the more you accept what's inside, and then the journey starts to look different.
Well, you have an expression about what people really want in life. What is it?
We're all looking to be loved and accepted for who we are, except we won't reveal who we are. That's the funny part. As I tell people, is they got this idea that they're uniquely messed up. And I tell people, you're commonly messed up. Just talk to people. They're afraid of the same things. They've done the same thing. But we have this uniqueness about who we are, and we're afraid to let that shine because all the messages really kind of say, don't be that way. You know? I mean, be polite, be this, don't act like that, don't act great. Who do you think you are? I am great.
Right. I encourage people to just take small steps, have some idea of what you want to do as far as a 3 or 5 year goal, and then just take a few small steps towards that goal, towards that greatness. And that usually gets people on a path towards what they really want to do.
Action is going to take you in places that you can't imagine. You got to start moving. So the idea is if you do 3 things a week, that's 150 things a year. Well, 150 things, if you don't have 5 winners at 150 things, there's something, you're bad off track. And so the idea is those simple things accumulate to change the course, of your life. And I don't think I've ever done anything fancy, but when I look at what the sum of my life, it's like, wow, I cannot believe, I don't even know how I got there. It was a bunch of little things. And we tend not to count those things as being worthwhile, and so we diminish our power.
Part of what Mike and I do is we find humor in all this, in ourselves especially, the reasons why we can't do things. And we pretty much laugh at ourselves when we get afraid, because we know that all that is fear, and fear is just a feeling, and we can overcome that.
The number one step in personal growth is to get a sense of humor about yourself. If you don't, all input sounds like criticism. And so getting a sense of humor about your stuff gives you freedom. I mean, that's where the power is.
Well, we don't have any trouble laughing at ourselves and each other, do we?
Well, we both do crazy stuff, so we might as well laugh at it.
Might as well.